Growing up, whenever I was asked what I wanted to be when I grew up, my answer was always a teacher. I wasn't like all the other children who had dreams of being doctors, lawyers, or veterinarians. That just wasn't me. My parents have always been in my corner, and they support me through any and everything that I do, and that's one of the reasons that I know I can reach all my goals and aspirations in life. Being a teacher isn't my end goal either. My goal is to be a principal and run a school one day. I know I can do it, but I know it's also going to be hard. I was born September 13th, 1997, to the best parents in the world. I wouldn't trade them for anything. They're my biggest support system. Also, I have my 2 older brothers, and I wouldn't trade them either, even though I can't stand them half the time. When I was in 1st grade, I started losing my hearing. My parents were very proactive in helping figure out what happened. We eventually learned after several hearing tests that I needed to have a medical procedure to insert tubes into my ears. I eventually ended up going through 3 sets of tubes, but after that my hearing is perfectly fine. When I was in middle school, I found out about a class called Teacher Cadets. The only bad part is you had to wait to either your junior year or senior year in high school to take it. So when the time came, I was basically the first person to apply for it. Of course, I love Teacher Cadets. And during this class, I also found out about a scholarship called Teaching Fellows, and my teacher encouraged all of us to apply. So I did. I didn't really know what to expect when it came to applying for scholarships or even applying for school because I knew I had one big problem on my hands. My test scores weren't that great and it seemed like everything depended so heavily on them. But with my mom by my side, we did it. According to College Board, there is no magical formula into getting accepted into school, but it depends on your grades, your class rank, extracurricular activities, essays, and recommendations. They also said it depends on what type of school you want to go to. Where small schools look at the student as a whole, bigger schools tend to just plug everything into a math formula. I was involved in a lot of activities in high school. I was in bands, School for the Arts, National Honor Society, Scholars, and yes, as embarrassing as it may sound, I was even a Girl Scout, just to name a few. So, as I applied for scholarships and for schools, I just hoped that they would look around my test scores, and they did. I applied to 5 schools and got into every single one of them, and I got every single scholarship. However, getting one scholarship was actually really difficult. It was getting Teaching Fellows. A lot of people think that it was easy, but I put a lot of work into getting it. I was told that in late March, early April, they would notify us on whether or not we got the scholarship. Sadly, I was waitlisted, but I knew that there was still hope. So after round 2, I finally got a scholarship and I was more than happy. Next, I played the waiting games to graduation, so I had lots of fun. I couldn't wait to move on to the next phase of my life and come to Upstate. Well, graduation came around a little faster than expected, and it was so bittersweet. I knew I would be leaving a great group of friends, so we had one last hurrah, and we all went our separate ways. Next thing I knew, it was moving day, and to be honest, moving day was a blur. But I have some pretty cool roommates, and so far the semester's been going on pretty good. According to the South Carolina Commission on Higher Education, to maintain the Life Scholarship, a student must have a minimum GPA of a 3.0 and 30 credit hours per academic year. Looking forward, I'm not really sure what's going to happen, but I know a few things that are like I'm going to have to take the praxis. Yes, another standardized test. I can't wait. According to an article about first-year teachers in math and science for middle school, one of the biggest things that I'll have to face is keeping the students interested because math and science aren't really a favorite of students. I also know I'll have to face things like classroom management. Will I be that teacher that's very laid back and friendly, or the teacher who's strict and hardcore and doesn't let anything slide? Well, hopefully I'm the perfect balance of the two, but I guess time will tell.
What you say, Devin?
I can't wait to see where I end up in life, but I know if anything, I'll be successful.